Alright, hello everyone, how are you guys doing? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and today we're here with another comparison video. So, in the past, I've had a lot of comments on my videos asking me to compare weapons. Now, if you're somebody that has already, gone and done it yourself, or has actually, looked this up and see what you can get, you may already know the answer to this, but I'm going to go ahead and present it in a video format with some statistics that I was able to get. If you're a higher level with a limitless bank that you can afford all these weapons and easily have cash to do other things in game, the difference of buying these weapons may not be as different to you. Like, you may not worry about the cash that you're putting into that weapon because you have enough to do the other things. However, some people don't have that luxury, so this video is more geared towards them, and hopefully they enjoy it. So with that said, today we will be comparing the D-Skim with a Dragon Defender, with a Saradomin Sword, and an Abyssal Dagger. And they kind of go up in that order, D-Skim being the worst, Saradomin Sword being the second best, and then Abyssal Dagger being the best out of these three. Obviously, a bludgeon is the best out of all of them, but that's quite expensive and not really close in this comparison. So, what we will be doing this on today is a Slayer task with no defense at all difference, because there is something that you have to take into account with these. Dragon Skim has slash, Abyssal Dagger, you're going to use stab, and Saradomin Sword, you are also going to use slash. So that is kind of important to have a monster that we have zero defense on, and that is Black Demons. I had a couple of tasks of those. I went ahead and compared them. But if you guys want a relative idea as far as to what my stats are and what gear I'm using, so you guys can compare it to yourself, I have 76 attack, 97 strength, and this is the gear that I was using. So it's not that bad. I mean, obviously the Torture does cost a little bit, but Dragon Boots, you could upgrade those to Prim, so it's kind of up to you. But with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get on into the stats of the weapons and kind of compare them on screen. Alright, so we will go ahead and start off by comparing all three of the weapons, the requirements, the costs, and the stats that go along with them. So we'll begin on the left, and we have a Dragon Scimitar over here. So I said that weird. Scimitar. There we go. The requirements as far as the D-Skim goes is 60 attack and Monkey Madness. Not that high of requirements. Monkey Madness, relatively easy. However, it's the only one of these weapons that actually requires something other than attack, so take that into account. As you guys can see, basically where we have the D-Skim showing off is in the slash category. It has plus 91 attack bonus, and overall its melee strength is plus 72. Obviously combined with a Dragon Defender, of course, and that overall cost comes in at 68k to get those two things. Granted, there is time that you need to put into the Dragon Defender, so take that into account. However, as you guys will see down below, there is a speed slash interval between attacks, and that is the same for all three of them. I figured I'd go ahead and throw it in, but it does end up being the same. So, nothing really to take into account there. As far as the Saradomin Sword goes, you do need 70 attacks, so a little bit higher of a requirement. And the slash bonus that you get on this is 82, down from the D-Skim and D-Defender. However, the strength bonus that you have is plus 10, which on something with no defense is going to be a lot more of a difference. On top of that, you do get a little bit of an added prayer bonus, but I'm not going to assume that anyone's protecting melee during this, so there's no real cost comparison there. Now, the overall cost of using this weapon is 1 mil and 50k, and then we go on to the Abbey Dagger, which also requires 70 attacks, so the same as the Saradomin Sword. And, I mean, here you have a plus 100 stab bonus, which is more attack bonus than you have with the Saradomin Sword, or the D-Skim, and on top of that, its melee strength is 81, which is only one less than the Saradomin Sword. So obviously with those stats, you're going to get more XP per hour, and this total cost comes in at 8.4 mil almost, and you do have to take into account here, as with the D-Skim, the amount of time to go ahead and get yourself a Defender. And so with that, basically on screen we have now the overall strength XP that I was able to get with these weapons. There's no real difference. I mean, obviously there is, but for something like the D-Skim to Saradomin Sword, I was expecting a bit more of a difference, but to only have a 1.5k XP per hour difference, if you're really low level and are debating between putting your bank into a Saradomin Sword or just using a D-Skim with a D-Defender, definitely would recommend going for the first option, because, I mean, the 1.5k XP per hour really would only save you an hour's time over like a 50-hour grind, and at that point, your money could be better off being flipped or using it in the Grand Exchange in some form. Then from there, obviously, the Abyssal Dagger, a bit higher of a jump, as that has 83.5k, so It is obviously a lot better than the previous two, however, not that much. I was expecting more around 85, 86, but it is obviously a noticeable difference and would be recommended for someone that can't or that has the money to afford it. Since none of these weapons have a degrading cost, they just are what they are. If you're able to buy one, you may as well. However, sometimes your money could be better off used somewhere else. So the difference between the Saradomin Sword and Abyssal Dagger, if you guys kind of want an idea, overall you'd have to do about 20 hours of combat to actually lose an hour's time by changing between the two weapons. So if you think that the extra 7 mil it costs to go ahead and buy the dagger over the sword would be better worth flipping and stuff for those 20 hours, you can make that decision on your own. There's no real way for me to do that for you. But with that said, that'll be it for this video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like. Now obviously there are a lot of things I can compare in game, and I try to pick and choose the best ones for me based on comments and whatnot. So if you guys have any suggestions, go ahead and leave those down below in the comments. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, and if you guys really enjoy my content, make sure to subscribe. So with that said, I hope you guys have a wonderful day,